and our friends at Target. Now we're here every day, 365 days a year, to bring you the best in dance, theater, music, and much, much more. And if you're not able to join us in person, you can certainly look us up on the World Wide Web. That's www.kennedy-center.org. Now, and if you're not able to, excuse me, actually, I'm kind of curious, how many people are in the audience are from Canada? Oh, just a few, couple, two. Well, it's on behalf of the Kennedy Center, we would like to salute you and your wonderful country. And what better way to do that than to actually invite a charming group from Canada. So if you could please help me welcome onto the stage the Canus Jazz Band.
your neighbors from the north come down to visit you, and the wonderful invitation of the Kennedy Center. We're thrilled to be here. We thought we would start off the program, since we are a country that has 2 official languages, that we would start off with a song that had French notes in it. That was Monsieur qui Parle, written by Sidney Bechet. And it just goes to show you that those French notes sound a lot like English notes, don't they? And this is the wonder of the music that we play. It is such a universal language. The band originally got together because of my love of the Boswell Sisters, a New Orleans trio, a jazz swinging girls trio recorded around 1930 to 35. And so I thought we would favor you with something. I looked for musicians that could also sing, and this is why I chose these guys. So we're going to do, I'm going to sit right down, write myself a letter.
And I just wonder why he never stops to ring my front door bell. Not a single line from that old love of mine. Not a word since I have heard farewell. That's the reason I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter. I make believe it came from you. I'm gonna write words so, so sweet. They're gonna knock me off my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, and I'll be awfully glad I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better. Close with love the way you used to do. I'm gonna sit right down, write myself a letter. Make believe, make believe, make believe the letter came from you.
Well, we are from a country that has 2 official languages. And so I thought maybe, since this is not necessarily a part of your education, as we had to in Canada, make sure we learned both languages as well as best we could, but I thought you would appreciate a little lesson in French. Would you like to have this part of your repertoire, maybe? You could use these wonderful sounding words. So we're going to give you a little lesson in French here.
Darling,
Mon amour,
love me with a feeling.
aime-moi avec sentiment.
Show me,
Montre-moi,
show me paradise.
montre-moi le paradis.
And when my eyes reveal
Et quand mes yeux dévoilent
the passion in my heart,
la passion de mon cœur,
hold me as though you sympathize.
prends-moi, donne-moi ta sympathie.
And while you're at it,
Burn me, baby. Brûle-moi, chérie.
burn me with your kisses.
Brûle-moi de tes baisers.
Love me
Aime-moi
just that much stronger.
encore plus fort.
I'm sad
Je suis triste
to have missed
d'avoir manqué
your charms
tes charmes
all these years.
toutes ces années.
So love me
Aime-moi
with a feeling
avec sentiment
strong.
fort.
In jazz, there are so many names that we pay homage to. We pay homage to the names that you know, but once in a while, there's somebody that's more on the periphery, but he made a huge contribution, and that was San Francisco trombonist Turk Murphy. And so we're going to feature a tune that Turk Murphy wrote. He was responsible in many ways for bringing this kind of jazz back into popularity in the 50s in San Francisco. So we have our Jackson Stock all the way from Los Angeles. He's the U.S. part of Canus, in case you were wondering. And Jackson is going to do for us, and we're going to help him do the trombone rag. Tour de force on the trombone, Jackson Stock. There is a love song that we're going to do for you now that is my favorite. Of course, love is the favorite subject for people because it causes such joy and it causes such pain sometimes. I hope not to you, ever. But my favorite love song is this one written by Fats Waller. You may not have heard it before, but it's a little gem called The Porter's Love Song to the Chambermaid.
Though my position is of low degree, and all the others may look down on me, I'll go smiling through as long as I have you. I am the happiest of troubadours, thinking of you daily while massaging floors. In my leisure time, I've composed this this rhyme. I will be the oil mop if you'll be the oil. Then we both can mingle every time we toil. And I will be the washboard if you will be my tub. Just think of all those Mondays we can rub-a-dub-dub. Now I will be the shoe brush if you will be my shoe. I'll keep you bright and shiny, feeling good as new. If you will be the razor, then I will be your blade. That's the Porter's love song to a chambermaid. Dustpan, if you will be my broom, we can both wake together all around the room. And I will be the clothespin if you be my pulley line. Hey, we can hang out together. Wouldn't that be fine? Now I will be the dishcloth if you will be my dish. We can meet after meals, dear. What more could you wish? If you will be the window, I will be your shade. That's the Porter's love song to a chambermaid. She's out there washing them dishes. That's the Porter's love song to a chambermaid. Ah, yeah.
Now, isn't that a love song? For a band all the way from the West Coast, we're from Victoria, British Columbia. We're kind of the California of Canada. Any strange people they have in the country of Canada, they send them over to British Columbia. Just like you do in California. No, I'm just kidding. But we are, blessed with a wonderful climate there. And but not too long ago, we got invited to a couple of jazz festivals that were along the Mississippi River. And for us, it was very special. And we'd like to do our Roll On You Mississippi in honor of the fact that we've crossed it once again.
feeling swell. This is my happy day. Paddle wheel your mighty, mighty slow. That's why I keep on shouting, let her go.
Roll on, you Mississippi, roll on. Come on, you lazy steamer, quit your stalling and move along. Clear that river, here we come. Watch her smoke, boy, hear that engine humming, Lordy. Take a look at that shore with the folks I adore. There's a spot round the bend, that's my home, my journey's end. Come on, you old man river, come on. Roll on, you Mississippi, roll on. Mississippi, roll on. Come on, you lazy steamer, quit your stalling and move along. Clear that river, here we come. Watch her smoke, boy, hear that engine humming, Lordy. Take a look at that shore with the folks I adore. There's a spot round the bend, that's my home. Journey's end. Come on, you old man river, come on. Roll on, you Mississippi, roll. New Orleans, hello, bye-bye. New Orleans, getting on, going strong. Baton Rouge, so long. Say, Captain, tell me what's the next big town we'll see. I'm so excited, I'm as happy as can be. Oh. Roll on, you Mississippi, roll on. Move on, you lazy steamer, move on. Clear that river, here we come. Watch her smoke, boy, hear that hum. There's a spot round the bend, that's my home, my journey's end. Here we come. Move on, you lazy steamer, roll on. Move on, you lazy steamer, move on. Roll on, Mississippi, roll on. You Mississippi, roll on.
We're in the I mean, when people come to Washington, D.C., of course, the history here that you have in your national capital, which we think is a beautiful place. I had never been before. But as musicians, of course, one of the shrines for us is the fact that this was Duke Ellington's hometown. And we would like to play one of the Ellington tunes that we like. It's one of the earlier tunes called the Big House Blues. And before you think he may have written that about someplace in Georgetown or 1600 Pennsylvania, haven't you? Yes. Actually, it was Sing Sing Prison. I'm afraid to advise you of that. The Big House Blues. I hope you enjoy this. trying to remember to emulate that wonderful style Ellington had at the piano, where he could sit with his knees pointing out in the audience and chording beautifully. I'm working on it. Sometimes I can do that. Now we're going to do something that is from our gospel CD, and I want to mention that outside the city of Victoria is a maximum security prison. It's got lifers in there. People have committed heinous crimes, but if they've been good in prison, worked their way up, they can work their way out to William Head Prison. So a pastor out there who was sympathetic to jazz invited us to come out and play for Family Day. And we did that for 2-3 years. And then I think it was our bassist, Joey Smith, said, you know, we're playing in this wonderful little chapel. I think it only holds maybe 50, 60 people. And there was a lovely curved wooden ceiling in it, and it was like acoustics to die for. So we made arrangements. We had to go all the way to Ottawa to our governmental mandarins at the very top to get permission to go into William Head Prison, and we recorded a couple of CDs there. And the reason I'm mentioning all this is because this is from the gospel album, and it was the favorite of the prisoners that we played all day, and it was called Just a Little While to Stay Here.
Soon this life will be all over, and our sinful ways will end. Soon we'll take our heavenly journey, be at home again with friends. Heaven's gates are standing open, just waiting for our entrance there. Welcome to the day we go winging, winging with the angels there. 'Cause we've got just a little while to stay here, just a little while to wait, just a little while to labor in a world that's full of hate. Just a little more hard trouble in this low and sinful state. Then we'll all go marching over, marching through the pearly gate.
reach back, if you've been studying your history, to WWI time and our soldiers in France and the lovely girls that they met there. In fact, now that I'm thinking of the war, you may have noticed that in Canada, you have Veterans Day. We have what we call Remembrance Day. And today, coming up on November 11th, is our Remembrance Day. So we're wearing our poppies in honor of that. In fact, how many of us remember in Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the birds still bravely singing fly. Wow, I didn't know I had that in me, did you? Anyway, here is Jimmy to do, and you get the bonus of having it in French and English as well. Written by a young man, composer from Seattle. His name is Buck Evans, and we're delighted to do 3 or 4 of Buck's tunes, and this is one of them that is a favorite of ours, the first one. You may run into him because he's a stride piano player up in Skagway, Alaska part of the year. Have any of you ever run into Buck Evans up there? Pounding a piano somewhere? Well, you won't believe that inside that big bear of a man is this tender little heart. Wait till we tell you about One Night in Montparnasse.
Most any night, you'll find among the gay Parisians a certain faded demi-monde called Fifi. She sits alone, and all the others know the reason. A legionnaire who gave her the air for Rosemary. She falls apart when sadly she remembers a uniform, 2 brawny arms that bid adieu. She tries to smile again, but embers still remain of one who loved in vain when skies were blue. The lights were low, she loved him so. One night in Montparnasse, the stars all shone for her alone. One night in Montparnasse, a toast, a gypsy violin, a kiss, a sweet goodbye, and then a soupir of regrets for Gigolette. One night in Montparnasse. Étoiles dans le ciel, prière pour elle, une nuit à Montparnasse.
Armstrong. Originally from Belfast, Ireland. Aren't we the lucky band? We have, in our history, we started off as a quartet, and Joey Smith, our bassist, and Don Leppard on drums, Jimmy playing trumpet and trombone, and me on piano. And we started off singing some parts. We're going to let Joey reprise one of those tunes that he used to do with us right now. This is the sing-along portion of our program. It's a strange thing, but some songs everybody knows the words to, and you will know the words to this one.
Jiving, it loves me. The coffee and tea and the java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Boy, I love java, sweet and hot. Whoops, Mr. Moto, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me the pot and pour me a shot. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Boy, give me a slug from that wonderful mug, and I'll cut a rug until I'm stuck in the jug.
Slice of onion on a raw one.
Draw one, waiter, waiter, percolator.
I love coffee, I love tea.
I love the java jive and it loves me. The coffee and tea and the java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Boy, Boston beans, soybeans, I mean those little bitty green beans, cabbage and greens.
You know that I'm not keen about a bean,
Unless it is a cheery coffee bean. Talkie boy. Slug from that wonderful mug, and I'll cut a rug until I'm snug in the jug.
a slice of onion on a raw one.
Draw one, waiter, waiter, percolator. I love coffee, I love tea. I love the java jive and it loves me. The coffee and tea and the java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Boy, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Boy, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup.
Like you, we are a nation with 2 coasts, and fish is always an important part of a province that has got a coastline like British Columbia. And speaking of our country, I would like to not get to the end of our program before I do some thank yous. So with your kind indulgence, these are important to us. I'm just going to take a moment to tell you that we are here with the support of the Canadian Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. So that's important. We thank them for that support. We also, the responsibility for us coming and playing your wonderful Kennedy Center is squarely on the shoulders of two people. One is a great friend of the band, Barker Hickox, who loved our music and took it upon himself to send our CDs to Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, who then also decided that we were worthy, and she sent them over to the Kennedy Center for their approval. So that is how we got to be at the Kennedy Center. So thank you. And to the staff here, my goodness, I've never, ever dealt with people that were better, finer folks to deal with than our sound man, Joe Ney, and Liz, who's looking after us, and Julia Stemper, who I spoke with for years. So we're going to go off on a codfish song, okay? This is for all the youngest people in the audience, the Codfish Ball.
Next Friday night, you're all invited to dance from 8 to 5. All the fishes still alive are having a ball. It's summer fair, they'll all be there from the herring to the whale. They'll come out and shake a scale in Neptune's hall. Come along and follow me to the bottom of the sea. We'll join in the jamboree at the Codfish Ball. Diddly-ba-ba-doo-da-da. Lobsters dancing in a row. Shuffle off to Buffalo. Jellyfish sway to and fro at the Codfish Ball. Diddly-ba-ba-doo-da-da. Finn and Hattie leads an eel to an Irish reel. The catfish is a dancing man, but he can't can like a sardine can. Tuna's trucking left and right. Minnie's mooching, what a night. There won't be a hook in sight at the Codfish Ball. Diddly-ba-ba-doo-da-da. Ba-da-ba-doo-da-da-doo-da-da-doo-day. Ba-da-ba-doo-da-da-doo-da-da-doo-day. Ba-da-ba-doo-da-da-doo-da-da-doo-day at the Codfish Ball. Ba-da-ba-doo-da-da-doo-da-da-doo-day. Ba-da-ba-doo-da-da-doo-da-da-doo-day. Ba-da-ba-doo-da-da-doo-da-da-doo-day at the Codfish Ball. Underwater. Rhodes on the alto and soprano saxophone. On trombone, from Los Angeles, Jackson Stock. On bass, Joey Smith. On drums, Mr. Rhythm, Don Leppard. Toni Blodgett. We're the Canus trip from Victoria, away on the far side of Canada, but we've been having a swell time here. Thanks for having us, folks.
Sardine can.
Tuna's trucking left and right. Minnie's merchant, what a night. There won't be a hook inside at the codfish ball. There won't be a hook inside at the codfish ball.
Thank you, folks. That's wonderful. Thank you. We'll be glad to see you at the back of the room after the performance and maybe get a chance to talk with some of you. Have a wonderful evening here in Washington, D.C.